After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. One final time this season. Hi there, everybody. Joined by Brock Hewitt in the booth. I'm Kate Scott, and we have made it. The greatest game of them all, everybody. Welcome to the Super Bowl. And it really is the perfect crowning event for each and every NFL season, isn't it, partner? All the fanfare, the celebration in the week leading up to this game, and then in the moment, we see the two best teams in the NFL squaring off for this title.
Such a few fortunate players and coaches who are making a repeat appearance in this game on this stage, Kate. So many. This is the culmination of a dream that began a decade, even a couple decades ago, as a young player discovering their love for football. And for those first-timers, that's fine. Go ahead and take in this atmosphere. Just make sure you're focused when that ball is teed up and ready to go. Those dreams you had as a kid, well, they didn't end up with you losing this game. Oh, no. They ended up with you raising the Lombardi Trophy and calling yourself a champion. That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. No motion to Lamb right. Second down and 10. Daniels. Forced out to his... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get into that rhythm you want to find early.
Third and long for Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
On first down, here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. Throwing the out route complete. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the gun, it's Daniels. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. He made taking away that quick slant look easy there, Brock, even in zone coverage.
Yeah, it is not an easy route to stop, and you have to have tremendous eyes. I talked to you, Kate, and everybody about anticipation as a quarterback. It's the same thing for a cornerback in zone. He anticipated that route. It's Johnny on the spot. A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Now Boswell on to send this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Allen taken right to the air. And his first pass falls incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Man in motion here. Throwing now on first down. Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They send a receiver in motion right. Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Play action now with Allen. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
So as they face fourth down, on comes Corey Bajorquez to kick. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives them the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 10. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
The throw is caught. Touchdown, Vegas! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Blues go up 10-zip here in the first. Now Boswell on to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. Oh, and that play really caught the defense napping. He rips off huge yardage on the reverse. They get 38 out of the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group is pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So Super Bowl 60, a quarter of the way done. It's a 10-0 ball game. More from Santa Clara coming up. Enough waiting, we're back, and it's time to resume play here in Super Bowl 60 from Santa Clara. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. 8 yards to dig him partially out of that hole, and it's going to be 3rd and 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Into the hands of Walker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Walker is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's second and goal. Trying again, Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Walker. And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
Well, this defense has risen to the occasion, and now, Kate, they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on fourth and goal.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. They'll go. Allen. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Kendricks. And the Blues get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he gets this beyond the midfield stripe and onto the Dolphins side of the field. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it sets up first down.
I'm sure, Coach, your play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's on the move. He can run it. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Hall running between the tackles. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up second and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So now it's going to be third and long.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open and beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pass complete to Walker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Daniels on 1st down. Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Out of the gun, Daniels. And in, touchdown, Las Vegas. Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a 2nd home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
That one splits the uprights. And the Blues take a 3-possession lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. They left him wide open. It's complete. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins chop some of the lead off before the half. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Dolphins take possession of the football.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
He's got a man left. He's got to gain a 6 there. Eric Stokes getting there for the stop. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 47. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Again, Daniels to the air. On the move, headed right. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Dolphins will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
The kick by Hopkins is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Enough waiting. Let's crown a champion, shall we? The second half of the Super Bowl is underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an This second half, we've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Allen setting up to throw. He puts some power on it, deep one left. And a man is there to knock that away. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And now it's second down.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
This is Walker on second. And he'll push forward for a small gain to the 31. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Allen. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He's got this at the 27. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They start the half with a give to Hall. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go right back to Hall. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd down and 10. Daniels into the hands of OBJ. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Daniels from the pistol. Escapes up. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
It's taken in by Lamb. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Third down give to Hall. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Working quickly here. Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Back to throw it. Throw caught by his running back. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
First down from the red zone. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Dolphins got it! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when they're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
They've got a man in motion. First down throw for Allen. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Now they send their back in motion right. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It'll be a punt of 41 yards. And they'll have a short field in front of them as they take over. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels back to throw. Flush down out to his left. He takes it himself. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. He picks up 15 on the play, and it'll give him a first down. We give to Hall now on the option. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And they can't connect on the third down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got fourth down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. He'll throw it. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Options are open here. It's second and inches. Man in motion out of the slot. From the 34. He puts everything behind this one. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete. And that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the third quarter. Still inches to go on third down. Walker now from the gun. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. Run play only gets back to the line, and that'll bring up fourth down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Less than a yard needed here on fourth. And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision. One, they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
First down, ball at the 36. They give up the gut to Walker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 5 on that carry, bring it up second and 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Staying with Walker. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They send a man in motion. He's back to throw. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Looking to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's That's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Into the hands of Walker. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll give him a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Daniels on first down. Finds his target home. Has the touchdown. The Blues now lead by 10. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Blues drive their lead to 11. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Putting a receiver in motion. On first down, Allen. This is on target to Christian Watson. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Slot man motioned over. First and 10. Here's Allen. Watson with the catch. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense up to the line fast. Man in motion here. Second and 4. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Miami calls a timeout here. It's second. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. To throw again, it's Allen. And in for the Miami touchdown. So now a big spot for the Dolphins here as they line up for two. He'll look to throw it. Nothing doing on that two-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Down inside 2 minutes now. They're going to line up to try the onside kick. And they aren't able to get it back. The hands team does its job. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. First down, ball at the 36. Hall takes it straight ahead. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go.
Hey, Kate, sorting through traffic, seeking out a runner, that is this guy's domain. And boy, does he know how to operate in it.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed out the clock. But the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Their whole season has led to this moment. He takes a knee. Let the celebration begin.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. And the Lombardi Trophy is all theirs. We have a Super Bowl